to you, my name's Dale and this is Dale's Addiction. Yes, I am still in another location and I did ask you guys on Instagram stories to let me know what videos that you thought I could film without having my collection with me. And I got so many suggestions, so thank you so much. If you made a suggestion, stay tuned. Consider subscribing to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button down below and the bell notification, because your video topic might just come up in the coming days. Today's lucky winner is T42. Hi C. She has asked a question around how does YouTube work for content creators and can influencers be trusted? Now, I chose this topic because it actually aligns with some notes I've got in my phone from many moons ago around the collaborations I did, the collaborations I didn't do, and why. So I thought there was a nice connection there, and thank you so much for your suggestion. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the collabs that I have rejected, that I've decided not to go ahead with, and why I have. And to the point of this request, if other people have, can they be trusted? Why trust my opinion over somebody else's, and vice versa? What's in it for us as content creators? Now, this might be a little spicy because I am known to have some opinions on collabs, and yes, I do collabs, but I'm pretty picky about the ones that I do and why, and I'm going to share that with you in today's video. So how does YouTube work for content creators? Look, if I went through my inbox right now, I would probably have, look, I've got what? 8,000 unread emails, and a lot of those are either shopping subscriptions or potential collaborations. Now, let me tell you what I've got sitting here right now. I have one from She Said Yes Jewellery Company. No. Italo Jewellery, you would have seen a lot of YouTubers do that one. I've just left it unread. Can't be bothered. And you will see why when I talk about some of the other collabs that I have said no to. From Pascal Design, who do championship rings. Here's one from Esdia. A lot of people that I watch on YouTube have done a collab with Esdia. Why don't we just start there? Esdia do clothing. They say French style fashion. I say boring. There's nothing in this catalogue that I am remotely interested in, and that's why I won't respond and I won't do it. The same goes with, while we're there, GoodWill. How many people have you seen do a GoodWill collab? Now, I'm not saying that you can't trust YouTube content creators who do these collaborations and say that they genuinely love the pieces, because I'm sure they actually do, because those pieces align with their personal style. For me, they don't. Esdia does not. GoodWill does not. Lily Silk, there are some pieces that do, but most do not. Now, the thing with Lily Silk is they're kind of interesting in terms of the scale of YouTube subscriptions that you have and your kind of audience engagement and demographic. Sometimes any of these potential collaborators, not just Lily Silk, will offer you a payment plus they will gift you items. Sometimes you get to choose the items, sometimes you don't. Now, Lily Silk on a number of occasions have insisted that if they do a paid collaboration, so a payment per video, that they send the items that they want to send. If they don't align with my personal style, no, this is a side hustle for me. Yes, it would be great to earn a little bit of income by simply sharing a new product that I've discovered, but I'm not going to pretend that I love it, even if it's beautiful quality, if it's not something that I would buy, regardless of whether it was heavily discounted or gifted. And that is kind of a theme through the rest of these organisations that I simply am not interested in collaborating with. Now, there have been some situations where I did collaborate with Vivea shoes. Now, Vivea shoes, they do make cool, comfy shoes out of recycled plastic bottles for the most part, I believe. However, Vivea must be based in the Northern Hemisphere somewhere, because they want me to do collaborations with them on winter boots when it's the middle of summer here, and vice versa. Now, let's say not half of the world's population, but a fair chunk of the world's population live in the Southern Hemisphere and experience the opposite season. I have tried to negotiate and say, hey, listen, Would you guys, you know, consider doing a collaboration with me for summer shoes? Absolutely not, no way, we're just focusing on this kind of campaign. That's fine, no problem. No. But I know that's not the case for everyone. Does that mean you can't trust them? I don't think so. I think they wanted a free pair of shoes and they're happy to make a video styling a pair of winter shoes in summer because free shoes, like, can you blame them? Zenplus was another one. So what's in it for the YouTuber? Zenplus do, they source vintage bags. It's kind of like Japanese eBay for luxury goods and other things. Now they contacted me and offered me a sum of credit to do a collaboration with them. The credit was nowhere near enough to buy a half decent piece of, and I'm talking like Louis Vuitton vintage, not even enough. And I'm like, if you consider increasing the credit, sure, I'll do it. I'm not really into old stinky vintage bags. Like, I want a decent quality one. And I couldn't get one for that price. Why would I spend my own money to collaborate with a brand that I would have zero interest in working with or buying from if they hadn't offered the credit? I mean, good on them for asking, right? That's their business. And a lot of people have taken them up on that offer. And maybe they were better negotiators than I am because they have bigger audiences than I do. But the point being, I think it's not apples and apples. So there are YouTube channels who have big audiences who are probably going to get higher levels of payment that make it worth their while and higher levels of credit or free goods which make it worth their while as well. I, as far as I'm concerned, am not in that category most of the time. There was a laser brand, now I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was laser hair removal. Now several times I asked for more questions around, will it work on my skin tone? You can see I'm a very olive skin tone, right? This is not a tan, this is my colour. But they were like, yeah, it's fine. I said, where is the research? And I spoke to my good friend whose husband is a dermatologist and said, what do you think? Like, should I be using this on my skin? Absolutely not. Now, there are people who are using it on their skin and as far as we know, they're not having adverse impacts, but knowing to ask the right questions is one thing and then asking them and trusting the answers is another thing. Does it mean you can't trust the YouTuber who's done the collaboration? Not necessarily. Maybe they don't have the skin sensitivities that I do. Maybe they do and they didn't know about it. Are they still using it? Do they still talk about it? That is my question. Now, this one, you know, I'm fairly well known for Ideal. Ideal and Ana Luisa. Sure, I'm sure they're lovely pieces. But here's the thing. I would not be looking at those pieces if they weren't offered to me for free. I would not be going online looking for plated jewellery and lab-grown diamond jewellery, fashion jewellery. That's not who I am. It's not the kind of jewellery I like. I buy fine jewellery and that's it. It's fine jewellery or it's fashion jewellery, which you might say is kind of ironic considering I'll pay money for jewellery that's got 2 cc's on it for Chanel, but I won't pay money for plated lab-grown diamond jewellery. And it's because it's my style. I like the big flamboyant fashion jewellery, those fashion forward pieces. It's costume jewellery, it's meant to be costumey. It's not trying to be something it's not. Now, the thing for me is fine jewellery, it is the whole experience. It's what it's made of, it's how it was designed, it is what it comes in, packaging, cardboard boxes and free scrunchies, and like, to me that is not luxurious. That's just more junky stuff that I don't need in my wardrobe in my house. Now, a lot of people love to travel with jewellery that's not as expensive or high risk, and for that reason I get it. If people love it, are they lying to you? I don't think so. If you were getting free jewellery dropped in your lap and you just had to talk about it for 5 minutes on an integrated YouTube video, would you do it? Probably. I am doing YouTube as a hobby. I don't think the money or the stuff is worth it for me. I could take it and give it away. In fact, Ideal insisted on sending me jewellery and said, don't worry about doing a video if you don't like it, we just want you to see it. Which I thought was great, you know, they stand by their brand. But it just sat in my jewellery box and I talked about it one day And one of my subscribers here said, I'd be happy to take it off your hands. And I sent it to her. I posted it to her. Hi Jenny, hope you're enjoying your ideal jewellery. So, you know, that is why I say no. Does it mean that people who say yes have less credibility? No. It just means they have different motivations. They have different ways of enjoying their time on YouTube. For me, it's not worth it. I can't be bothered. Now, this one, Naomi Crafted. Naomi is in the comments a lot. She's really lovely and she makes upcycled pieces using luxury dust bags. A lot of people that you probably watch, if you're watching my channel, have featured her designs. Naomi offered me very generously a couple of designs and has continued to, and I've continued to say no just because they're not for me. Somebody is putting their heart and soul into trying to build a business, trying to have people like myself talk about their business, when I don't think I'd be doing any favours, because it's not something that I'd be interested in if it wasn't given to me. Yes, people watch my channel who aren't interested in my bags, and we have very different taste, and maybe, just maybe, if they saw those pieces on my channel, it might present a business opportunity, an insight, an inquiry from one of you. Somebody who saw something that maybe wasn't for me, but was definitely for them. I get that, but I'm not here to provide marketing. I'm just here to talk to you about what's happening in luxury, what I'm loving, what you're loving, opinions, reviews, etc. Sharing the new stuff, saying goodbye to the old stuff, or not so old stuff in some cases, but I'm not here to market. So that's why I say no. Roses forever. Roses Forever, I said, okay. They kept asking. Now, Roses Forever will not watch this video, I can guarantee you. But they will write me an email saying, we love your content. It's so aligned to what we do. We'd love to offer you some, you know, roses that have been treated naturally in a cardboard box for Valentine's Day, and you can do a YouTube video on it. I'm not sitting hat boxes full of dusty old roses around my house. That's just not how I roll. Some people do, they love it. I don't love it. Now, I got them. I think the Grinch decided to gift them to Connor for Christmas. Was it last year or the year before? It's quite funny actually. Not a fan. Yet I've been gifted flowers that have been treated, and they are absolutely beautiful. They've been done in a vase. They are really meaty, beautiful, peony, like big roses, gorgeous roses. I don't think Roses Forever do that level of quality, and I've never seen a blue rose in the wild, so that's probably another reason. All right, let's talk about the ones I did do and why I chose them. There was Collagen & Co. I did a couple of years back over Vlogmas. It's vlog content. It's basically a supplement that helps skin, eyes, hair, nails. Did it work over the period of time that I had it? I don't know. Did it not work? Did it make things worse? I don't know. Was it a nice thing to try for free? Absolutely. So, have I bought it since? No, I haven't. Ms. Blue costume jewellery out of New York. Loved the idea that they are making costume jewellery that resembles stones, but they're not passing it off as an emerald or a ruby, and that it's big and it's audacious and it's quite clearly not trying to be something it isn't. Their packaging was amazing. The inclusions that came with their pieces were amazing, and I talked about them to death. Actually, I'll include the video where I talk about them down below. I think it's in my jewellery collection video. But yeah, really love those pieces, and I wear them all the time and get a lot of compliments on those. Zamoni bag liners, inserts, organisers, whatever you want to call them. Simone reached out to me early days and just said, we'll send you some stuff, like what do you want, try it out. And they did, and a discount code, and I showed it on my channel. And now I love having Zamoni organisers in all of my bags, especially the ones without structure. And so typically what happens, as their business has evolved, they have now created an affiliate program. So now I get a kickback from anybody who uses my discount code to purchase Zamoni organisers. And they continue to provide me with organisers, and I just contact them and say, hey, I've bought this new bag, do you have an organiser for it yet? If they do, we organise the transaction. If they don't, they work with me and we measure it up and they make it. I'm really happy to be working with them. It's so simple. They are really grateful for the relationship and they work on it, and I think that's great. And it doesn't impinge on my brand. It is something that I want anyway, so it's great that they send it to me. And I don't unbox them every time I get a shipment of them on my channel. I just think that gets a bit boring after a while. But I think they make great products, especially now they've got the really thin ones, because they are more of a liner than like a structural piece, and sometimes that's all I want. Dog Friendly Co. Dog Friendly Co. do dog harnesses and leashes, and you can customize them. And I have dogs, and I'm like, yeah. Well, they gave me a collar and harness and leash set for Edwina, and we loved it so much that I then went and bought for Lulu the same. I've bought extra leashes without the little bungee cord thing. I've bought them for gifts for friends' dogs. So that's one where I've actually been really happy to receive them for free and then go and shop them myself. And I'm always looking at their website for new colours. So Dog Friendly Co. definitely recommend. Legit Grails, another one, which is I had a discount for a online authentication service, and you will probably be sick of hearing about them because a lot of us are doing Legit Grails collabs at the moment. But they do pretty much AI and human assisted authentications for luxury pieces online. I shared the whole process on my shearling baguette, I think it was, in real time. I said to them, hey, it took longer than 30 minutes. I sent the link for my video through, even though I paid with my free voucher for a 30-minute authentication. Now, they did say to me, oh, you know, not entirely happy that you're going to talk about that in the video. And I said, if you want an authentic video, that's an authentic video. I don't think people would be upset. The fact that this bag is 20 years old, it takes a little bit longer than 30 minutes, even though you promised 30 minutes. And they're like, yep, okay, when you put it like that, no problems. And for that, I was happy to continue with that collaboration. If they had have forced me to take that out, I would say, I'm not doing the video. I'll just cut the whole thing out of the video. And I respected the fact that they respected me and my integrity in that situation. But they did question it. So will every YouTuber push back? I don't know. It's up to you to kind of make your judgment on that. And the final one is Elemis. And they offered me the beautiful charm for my Hermes Birkin. Now, they actually said to me, they asked me a few times, did I want to do it? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, yeah, sure. And they said, why haven't you gone for the Pave crystal one? Everyone goes for that because it's more elaborate. I'm like, well, it's not my style. I don't want to choose that one. I'd prefer to have the plain one, thanks. And they're like, oh, okay, no worries. The gift wrapping on that, the packaging was beautiful, the product beautiful, cleaning cloth, everything beautiful. I love that. That's a real treat to be offered that. Now, did I get paid? No. Did I genuinely love it? Yes. Would I have bought it if they hadn't have given it to me? No. Was I curious? Absolutely. So I think for me, when it comes to the collabs that I do, sometimes I'm curious, sometimes it's because I would buy it anyway, other times it's because I have bought it and potentially they want to work with me. Farfetch gave me a credit once and that was so much fun. Like, I was thrilled. I'm like, I've made it, I've made it. Not that I'm trying to be an influencer, but the Farfetch collab was like really cool. It is so hard though to find things that fit their brand exclusions for the collab, because I think they might have offered me 750 USD, or was it AUD? Maybe it was AUD, but then there are a lot of brand exclusions. So to try and find things that I could style and make a meaningful video out of without adding extra was really hard. And I think from memory, I purchased this beautiful oversized men's Ami Paris shirt. I purchased the Veja sneakers, and there was something else. But I was really happy with all of my pieces and I have worn them to death. So Farfetch, if you're listening, I'd love to work with you again. So in summary, I think people do YouTube for different reasons. People are happy to use their time for different things and value their time differently. People with different audience numbers, engagements and demographics are going to get offered different packages for different collaborations. And then people who just love free stuff, you know, compared to people who don't want junk, which is typically me. Like, I just don't want stuff. I'm going to give it away. I'm going to throw it away. I'm going to donate it. I'm not interested in stuff for stuff's sake. So it depends on the motivator of the motivation of the person, what they tell you their motivation was, whether or not you believe them, what they're getting paid, what they're getting for free, and what kickbacks there are, and whether or not you think it authentically fits in their style. So I guess the truth is really up to you. If you think influencers can be trusted or not, I would love to hear about it in the description box below. What makes you think it's an authentic collaboration? What makes you think it's just selling free stuff that's been received? What makes you think, wow, that does not fit at all? I do not understand why this is even part of this video or content. I'd love to hear about that, controversial as it may be, but keep it peachy keen. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'd love to see you back for the next one. As I said, I've got a whole bunch of suggestions that you've sent through on Instagram stories, so the next one could well be your suggestion. Thanks again, C, for recommending this one, and until the next one, ciao.